It's cold as fuck outside. It's Christmas Eve. We're gonna take a break from talking about spooky shit today, and we're gonna talk about one of my favorite Christmas bamboozles of all time. Small panic, huzzah! So during the height of the Cold War, people were looking for a quick boost in morale. People who worked in the public entertainment arena, like TV, radio, what have you, were doing different things around the holidays to try and boost the morale of the people and the children that they were reaching. One of the things that Sears decided to do was to publish an article saying that there was a phone number children could call to talk to Santa, which at the time was fucking groundbreaking. Nobody had ever done shit like this before. Here is the flyer directly from Sears. Sears made a little accident when they printed that flyer, though. They put the wrong phone number on it. Do you know what phone number they ended up putting on that flyer? They put fucking NORAD's number on there. And what Sears didn't know is that this phone number wasn't just NORAD's phone number, it was NORAD's red phone number. So anybody that called this phone automatically is going to get answered. And it wasn't long before a child saw this and they decided to call the number because they were desperate to talk to Santa. And chaos ensues. So a little boy decides to call the number that's listed on the Sears flyer. And who answers these phone calls? None other than Colonel Harry Shoup, one of the most no-nonsense colonels that we have ever had. Colonel Shoup answers this phone call and hears a child asking for Santa Claus, and immediately he thinks that he is having a prank pulled on him. In true Colonel fashion, he gets upset, he berates the child, and basically asks, "Who gave you this phone number, kid?" The Colonel finally realizes this is not a prank when the child starts crying. And in the twist of the century for this no-nonsense Colonel, he gives himself a second, he clears his voice, and then he re-answers the phone as fucking Santa Claus. Asks the child what he wants for Christmas, fixes the whole situation. After speaking to the child, he then spoke to the child's mother and then learned that his number was being pushed everywhere. So he hired 2 different airmen to answer that phone number and be Santa Claus for any child that called in. And that's fucking adorable. But it gets better. News spread like wildfire that this colonel was now Santa Claus. So in true serviceman fashion, they decided just to bamboozle him a bit. Somebody decided that they were going to take a post-it note, draw Santa Claus in his sleigh, and post it on their little map that they used to track airplanes and terrorists with. Then they just waited for the colonel to come in. They're expecting him to lose his fucking shit because somebody messed with a really important map. But he sees it. He asks who done it. And then he started making phone calls. But this happened on Christmas Eve, so he knew exactly what he had to do. He started calling radio stations. He called up the first one. He's like, "This is Colonel Shoup. We have an unidentified aircraft over the United States. Oh my God, it looks like a sleigh with reindeer. Holy shit, it's Santa Claus." And the radio stations ate that up like it was fucking cheesecake. But after that first phone call, every hour on the hour, he would have radio stations call into that phone number and ask where Santa was. And that lasted the rest of the night. What started out as a man just trying to be sweet to children has literally turned into one of the biggest American traditions of all time, to the point where they even have apps to track Santa now. And that's the story of how the government accidentally verified the existence of Santa Claus. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye. favorite things to drill into y'all's head on this channel is how important it is to maintain hope, no matter the situation. Even if it seems like a hopeless fucking cause, you maintain that goddamn hope and you keep on fucking fighting. We've made multiple videos about this. However, something that we don't necessarily do a lot is explore those kind of stories. Stories where it seems all hope is fucking lost, but in a moment of brilliant genius, something happens and it all works out. Well, today we have one of those stories, and we're going to be talking about it right fucking now. Small panic. So today we're going to be talking about the Australian of the Year. Not the Australian Man of the Year. Not the Australian Woman of the Year. Specifically, the Australian of the Year. And his name is Professor Richard Scolyer. Professor Scolyer is a melanoma expert. It is his job specifically to both diagnose and treat cancer. And he is very, very good at this. Until one day, he discovered that he had a rare form of brain cancer himself. And in this moment of desperation came pure fucking genius. You see, him and his team had been working for a very long time on a new form of cancer treatment. One they were unwilling to test on anybody because of the possible ramifications that it could have on the human body. Except when Richard got diagnosed. He knew the odds that he had for survival. And they weren't great. So, as previously stated, in a moment of both desperation and genius, he said, fuck it, let's try it on me. And that's exactly what his team fucking did. The descriptions of the treatment are very, very vague. However, from what I can read, it involves some sort of an immunotherapy before the actual cancer treatment. It is a very aggressive form of treatment. A very aggressive form of treatment that fucking works. His latest MRI shows no reoccurrence of his glioblastoma. The man found the cure for fucking brain cancer. That's that good shit. Desperate causes and hopeless situations are the mother of invention. This man is living proof of that. And this is why it's so fucking important for you to never lose fucking hope and to keep fucking fighting. This man is changing the world. And you can too.